Hello everyone, in this video I will teach you how you can create a website that looks exactly like this from scratch. And that's definitely a video that you don't want to miss. Stay tuned. Alright, so as usual we will be starting from the dashboard so that you can follow every step that I do here in this video. So without further ado, to access the website builder we simply have to go to Tools and click Website Builder. You will then see a very similar page. Well, if you have any website already created, you will see exactly the same page. And if you don't have any, you will see just an image, and it will allow you to start creating a website as well. And as we want to do that, we will simply click to create a website over here, and we will select the AI-powered builder for the purpose of this video. All right, so now there is the first question over here. Or should I say the first set of questions, which is what type of business do you have? So, well, you will have to input your type of business if you are perhaps on fashion industry, wedding photography, education, anything that you, any way that you can categorize your business. And when you write something, you will then find a few options that we have over here. In my case, I will have business education, and what kind of website you want to build. I will build a website that will advertise my event. So I will run a masterclass webinar, and the purpose of the website will be for people to know about it and also for them to sign up. So I want them in my email list and I want them to attend my webinar. So I will not be selling anything, but if you are, there are options for you as well. And should I say, there are many options over here. And once you hover your cursor, you will see that all of them are described. And of course, this will influence what the AI will suggest you at the end. In my case, I will go with a launch page as I will only want one page, but I will then show you how you can add more pages to the website. All right, so now we go to the next step. And here is where we actually pick the elements or blocks that we want on the website. And in my case, to be fair, I don't really want a contact form, but I want a chat instead. So I want people to reach out to me while they are on the page, and I want to be able to answer them in real time. So I will want a chat. I don't know if I want a list right now, so I will make it gray so that it's not, it will not go as part of the AI suggestion. And then I want a gallery here as well. In video, not sure. So I will just have that, and of course later on we can always add the blocks or elements, as you will see as we go through. So for now, these are my choices, and just to not confuse you, the difference between a contact form and sign-up form is that the sign-up form will add people to your contact list, while the contact form will simply allow people to contact you without being added to your list. So as simple as that. And now with that out of the way, let's just go to the next step. All right, so here you will pick this color scheme for your website, and these are the suggestions, and they will always be different depending on what you choose, type of business, anything that you can think about. And you can also, if you have a favorite website, or if you already have a website perhaps, and you are just building a page, you can place the URL here and click go. So this will give you the color scheme of the website. So in our case, GetResponse should be some blue. We should see some blue over here. Yeah, so as you can see, these are the suggestions if we went for a GetResponse theme. And if you have perhaps a logo, you can simply upload an image, go to upload logo, and you can upload your logo. And you will have suggestions based on your logo as well. I will actually try with this one over here. And then I will show you that we don't need to stick to this color scheme. We can always change everything. So let's go next step. And here is where you enter your company details. Make sure to provide correct data, as if you have a contact page, these details will be part of it as well. Now the AI will provide 3 suggestions, and so let's just wait for them. All right, so now we have the suggestions over here. And as you can see, it really picked on the color of my logo, as it was only purple. So I cannot really blame over here, but we will make a very quick change, and I will show you how we can do that. So before we jump into it, we can simply preview like that. And as you can see, the logo was placed right here. And if you want this one, you can just use the design. Otherwise, we'll simply click on a different one, right? I will actually go with it. All right, so we have many things to change over here, as you can imagine. And one of the things will be on the global design. So before we go to that, let me just explain that you can go back and forward in history at the top. So we can simply, on these arrows here, go back and forth. And then this icon over here is used to save. And here you can navigate through the pages. So if you have more pages, you will be able to navigate over here. You can preview, we'll see that later, and then save and exit. And now let's see, the first thing when you enter the website is to define the color scheme, if you are happy with it or not, and make some global changes. So something that I notice over here that's not working is definitely this color of the button. So I want something else. So I will have perhaps the colors of GetResponse. So I'll have this one, and I will change the text. All right, so we change the color, and as you can see, it's very easy to change on all of the buttons here on this website. And something else that I want to do is, I don't really like this background color, so I will go with white. And it's changing for everything as it applies as a background color here as well. So I can simply ignore this, and what I will do is to remove this image over here, as I will not be using that. So what I did was to simply erase a whole section, because I was not going to use it in the first place, and I want to change the text color as well. So let's make this dark, and now we can see a little bit better. All right, we also don't need this CTA over here, and that's gone. And what we need right now is our page should have a place for people to subscribe. So we have over here, and explain what the event and who are the speakers. So this is what I want, and I will place this over here. And let's call it Marketing Masterclass. And as you can see, this is definitely not the font I will want to use, and we can change that. We can change that directly over here, and perhaps something similar to this. But as you can see on the global design, I can already change everything without having to go one by one, right? So this is much faster, and I like Roboto, so we can go with this, and we can then click on the block, text block, and just center it. All right, so we made some improvements over here, and something else to do is to go to this button, and well, actually not yet. I will click on the form. I will go to block settings, or in this case design, go to button, make it a bit bigger, and also we need to change this color over here. So what we need to do is to perhaps change this to Roboto as well. All right, much better, right? All right, now we can see properly. And well, these changes were done pretty quickly, and you can do the same later on. And for now, I will get rid of this. And I already have something that looks more like a website just by using the global design. And something that you need to understand is that you can click on any block or element, and then its settings will appear on the right. So this is very useful. And you also have sections, and I can click here and change its settings as well. And perhaps I know that this has too much space, so I can just go here and decrease it. All right, so let's say I'm happy with that, but I want to change the background color. And I actually want some background media, and I will add an image. And something that I will do is to go to Unsplash. So these are images free for you to use. What we can do is to perhaps search for gradient. And I have caps lock, so I will write it properly. gradients over here, and we can go and pick one that we like. So I will just see a few more, and we will decide on something. I kind of like this one over here. All right. It kind of fits with the purple that we have. And we can then change the image opacity. So something maybe of that nature. And I would like to change this thing here to white. To be fair, it will look a little bit better. And just for you to see, I can go to Add Elements and I can drag a side menu. I'll drag here to the top. It can be just Home. All right. So this looks kind of weird, right? But you can click here and you can make it bold, make it a little bigger, perhaps like that, and click on absolute positioning. So before you turn this on, there is something that you need to know. It might be hard sometimes on mobiles, so be careful while using absolute positioning and only use perhaps to things like this. So once you click that, you are able to drag this anywhere. And I just want to place it here in the middle. All right. So this will do. And what I need now is to present the idea. So I will drag this to the top and I will actually have an image placed on the right. So I will have an image here and it can be perhaps a computer. Maybe something like that. And let's see how it looks. That's a bit small, to be fair, but we will fix it. And once we click, we can simply increase the size, as you saw, just by dragging this. You can just do that and that. All right. So you'll have something like that, and if you have a few points to explain, perhaps one more sentence over here, you would do something like that. So this would look much better, and you kind of have a break in the middle of the website if you change the color, and then you get back to something like this. And what I want to do right now is, I see this is a gallery, and this will actually make things a bit more difficult for me if I want just 2 speakers. As you can see, this is how it would look like. And I only want 2 speakers over here. So what I will do is to actually delete, and I will add 2 images. So I will go to Image, drag and drop, and I already know that I want a man in glasses. It can be this man over here. And I will add another image next to him, which will be a woman in glasses. Nothing in particular about the glasses, just I actually checked that before so that we don't have, so that we know exactly which images we are picking and don't waste much time on it, right? And I want to show you something interesting, which is you should click on the image, go here to the right, click on Edit. You'll then be taken to this editor over here. And we just want to fix the spaces. So we had a lot of space on one of the sides, and we want to make it a bit smaller. And we can keep the aspect ratio, but I already know that this should be something like this, 500. And let's click now to save. All right, and we will do the same with her. All right, so now we have both over here with perfect images. And we need some text. We need to introduce them, and we also need some title over here. So I need something like this. And this will be speakers. Perhaps will look better in white. Or not really. So let's leave it in dark right now. And we will add more text. So this is just drag and drop that you can do. I'll drop below him, and I want to introduce him. I will duplicate and do the same for her. So I will call him Adam, and I will call her Anna. I know, very creative names. And what we will do is to actually click on the block, we will click on block settings and diminish the padding. So we don't want so much padding over here to not take too much space. I actually could have copied after adjusting the padding, right? Not waste more time over here. And now we want to share their social media. All right, so again, go to Add Elements once again, Social Media, and we add just below them. And I will duplicate and do the same for her. And well, you can add your social media URLs here, not exactly yours, but for the speakers. If you are the speakers, of course, yours. And you can also add more platforms. And one thing that I want to show you is that you can change the icons over here if you want something more colorful. So you can, of course, do that. And then we want to introduce the persons, right? So the speakers in this case. And we will add some text below them. All right, so what we need now is to align the text and to make it a little bit bigger. Something like this. All right, so make it bigger to 18 over here and to center. All right, so now we have something decent to show. Over here, we have our logo. People can already subscribe, and something that you should know is when you click on the form, you can name the form, perhaps masterclass. You can go to the fields, add more fields if you want. Perhaps if you want people to choose their country, and you can always remove it. And then success view. So this is what they will see after they subscribe. And what we want now to show over here is that you can go to the subscription settings and select the list that people will join once they subscribe to this page. In my case, will be Cookie Master, and I want to add them to the autoresponder cycle to day 0. So if you want to know more about that, check on the top right corner how to configure your autoresponder. So this will be a message that will welcome them automatically. And well, so now we have what we need. And as I promised, let me show you how you can add another page. So we have home over here, and I want to add another page. Let's say that I will perhaps have some products, and as you can see, the theme now is recurring. It's following what we have on this page. So just for the sake of example, I will have this one over here. And what I will do is to actually show you that you can navigate from one to the other. All right, so now we will have something like this, and we can go to manage pages, and we can change the name just by double clicking. And let's say products. And once we change, the name will also change here at the top, and it will become as we want it to, just like that. All right, so now that we have this, I want to show you something else on this page, which is to edit the settings. So you can make the products page your home page, and you can edit the settings over here. And one interesting thing is that you can disable this page so nobody can really access it. And you can schedule it to be available on a specific date. So if you are running some big event and you want the page just to be available at a specific time, this is what you will do. So the page will be available here, and you can always edit the slug. And this is the URL that goes after your domain. And in this case will be products. And I'll show you more about that later on. All right, then we have SEO. This is something you will have to read more, but it will help you on the search engine. Of course, if you disable this option, then your website will not appear on Google, for example. Social media, you will add an image over here, and then when someone shares your page, or if you share your page, the image that you input here will appear on Facebook, Instagram, and other platforms. Then you have the access, can be for everybody, password holders. This is independent page by page, right? If you want to add something to the head of the page, this is how you would do it. All right, so now we are done over here. We have a way to subscribe, we have an explanation, and we have the speakers. And now what we want to do is to simply preview. All right, so we want to preview pretty much on desktop and also on mobile. And on mobile, something that I want to let you know is that you can you can edit this only on mobile, and this will not affect the desktop version. So this can be very useful for you when trying to manage the mobile version. You can always play with the padding here as well. Only for mobile, and so it's definitely something that you want to do just to fix some smaller things, right? And then something that I just noticed, that we definitely need a timer over here so that people will know when this event will occur, right? So I want on a fixed date, and let's say it will happen on the 31st of August. All right, so this is what will happen, and you can edit the counter, and I will make it bold and a bit larger, so something like this. All right, so that looks better. What we can do now is to go next and connect the domain. And over here, you will give your website a name. I will call mine Masterclass, and here as well. And this is where GetResponse offers you 3 free domains that we can host over here on the GR website. And one of the 3 you can pick. You can pick a name as well. You pay nothing for that. If you want to connect your own domain, you also don't pay anything because you already have a domain. And you can learn more how you can connect your own domain on the top right corner. And if you have a credit card attached and you wish to buy a domain with us, you can do it over here. For this video, I will assume that you will simply use the free domain. And let's simply go to publish. All right, so now you will be taken to this page here, and you'll be familiar with this page very soon, as you can simply check here the statistics of your page, right? So who subscribed, clicks, page views, anything. Also devices, this will here show in percentage who visited your page with a mobile phone or with desktop. And well, this is very useful, and you will definitely want to keep track of this. And something else that you need to know is that you can go to Edit Site Settings, and you can add a favicon. So this is the icon on the top left over here, and you can change it. All right, then you have the cookie banner. As you saw that I have chats enabled, website statistics as well, and here analytics and remarketing if you are using Google Analytics or Facebook Pixel perhaps, or any of those over here. You can learn more about that on the top right corner. And well, once you click away, the changes save automatically. Now let's see how the website looks like. I'll just click on it right here. As you can see, cookie consent and the chat that we added at the beginning. Of course, this chat has to be configured totally apart from this, and you can check that on the top right corner as well. And now something that I want to mention is that we can go back to the dashboard and we can add a widget. So this is something that you should do if you have your website here. Definitely to add this widget, select the date range, select your website, so Masterclass in my case. You can select the date range here that you want to see, perhaps last month, and apply. And this will show the page views, visits, and unique visitors at a glance. So this is what you want to see as you as you log in GetResponse, how your website is performing. So thank you for watching, and I hope you took some value out of this video, and I'll see you in the next one.